Manmohan Singh saved India from economic disaster. No, I'm not talking about the 1991 liberalization. Confused? Stay with me. The late Prime Minister gets due credit for abolishing the license Raj and setting the nation on the path to growth and prosperity, or as Indian businesses love paraphrasing, unleash their animal spirits. But Dr. Singh's expertise and understanding came in handy not just in that summer of discontent of 1991, when the nation was close to bankruptcy and seemed rudderless. A sweet 17 years later, Dr. Manmohan Singh was at the pinnacle of glory. He was the Prime Minister of a progressive ruling alliance, heading a nation that seemed to be on steroids, notching up to 9% growth rates. All seemed well, except for a deep rumbling from out west. The subprime crisis in the US, leading up to the collapse of the Lehman Brothers in September 2008 and the ensuing global financial meltdown. Manmohan Singh knew only too well how, in an interconnected global economy, no nation is an island, particularly not one which had in the past nearly 2 decades, ever since his landmark liberalization in 1991, been on steroids, becoming the world's second fastest growing economy and integrated well into the global export-import cycle. In the 7-month period between October 2008 and April 2009, when it was clear that the global crisis was hitting economies around the world, the government prodded the RBI to ease the monetary terms dramatically, which ensured availability of 5.6 lakh crore in liquidity, or about 9% of the GDP. The result? India was spared the brunt of the recession, with only visible effect being some service export firms, as well as some petty corporates who used it as an excuse to lay off employees. While too many focus on Dr. Singh setting India on its transformation from a lumbering elephant into a pouncing, not crouching, tiger, due credit also needs to be given to his long list of achievements during his tenure as the Prime Minister. Primarily the first 5 years were his reforms like the Manrega, the National Right to Employment, which raised millions out of poverty, while the right to education improved literacy levels, and by correlation, jobs and incomes in many backward parts of the country. And the Aadhaar identity platform, which was expanded into a digital delivery system, is still the benchmark for India's iconic achievements in digital public arena and delivery. And of course, the amazing leaping tiger that Indian business became, covering the globe, acquiring companies and expanding trade. It all started with this original Terminator. Take for example, the Birlas. Even though it was already a known business empire even before liberalization, its growth by leaps and bounds since then perhaps would not have been possible but without the reforms ushered in by Dr. Singh. A couple of years after liberalization, the Aditya Birla Group was at around $2 billion in revenue. Today, it is at $65 billion and present in 40 countries around the world. It is therefore apt to close with Aditya Birla Group Chairman Kumar Mangalam Birla's tribute to the man who unleashed his and Indian businesses' animal spirits. I quote, "His most defining contribution, the epochal 91 reforms, spurred a multi-decadal economic boom and, more importantly, reshaped the calculus of possibilities for India and Indians."